Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Let me welcome y'all to In the Car Chronicles. In here, man, I got one for y'all, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay out the way. That's a lot. That's the key to life. That's the only way. That's what we have to do. We got to be smarter. Stay out the way, man. That's what I'm going to tell y'all, man. But this is the story when I almost fought Popcorn, man. Y'all let me know if I was wrong or not, man. But we on Lawrenceville for this one, man. I remember being in the cell, man. And for real, like, this is around the time, if y'all follow my stories, when I told y'all, not really follow my stories, but I think I said it in the live when Popcorn had got tore off before. You know what I mean? Popcorn got tore off. Like, it was a sad situation because none of the CEOs really wanted to lock him up. You know what I mean? He an old man. You know what I mean? Everybody that follow my stories know who Popcorn is. Popcorn is from Richmond. Cool ass old head, man. Super cool old head. You know what I mean? Been down forever, thorough. You know what I mean? He just going, when I was in there, he was going through his old stage, like being older stage. So he just was more reserved, just doing little stuff. He wasn't like really active like how he was back when he first started his bid. But Popcorn around this time was probably like 20 some years in or more. You know what I mean? So Popcorn is just coming off his stench from when he got tore off. They let him come back to the pod after he went to the hole. Like, he didn't get tore off probably like 10 feezies or nothing like that. All the police knew it wasn't his, you know what I mean? But they still gave him a case, you know what I mean? But they didn't give him a street case. Long story short, he did his time in the hole, which was like 40 days. Then he got out and they put him right back in our pod. So when he came back in our pod, everybody was kind of like, what he doing back? You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, but I knew the count though. Popcorn want the people. And Popcorn knew everybody business that was in that pod. He knew where everybody was hiding stuff. And Popcorn wanted to be the people, man. People would have went down in there. But Popcorn didn't. He just came back to the pod. So I understood. I never looked at him like he was on that type of time. So I just kept on rocking with him regular, like how I've been rocking with him. And so did a lot of people. You know, you had people in there that had their opinions about him or whatever the case may be. But I didn't care. I kept rocking with him, man. But I can remember a time like it was hectic because it was like Popcorn, you know what I mean? Like when he came back from that, like he didn't have his job no more. It was like he was kind of starting over because before he went, he was the laundryman in our pod, you know what I mean? So every day Popcorn would be washing clothes, getting his hustle on with that, you know what I mean? So Popcorn kind of like, he ain't doing bad, but like, you know, like, I guess people don't want, you know, a lot of dudes, even dudes from Richmond, like people know him. People will give him stuff to sell. And he will bring back every dime. That's what he'll do. You get his cut, then he'll get, you know what I mean? That's what Popcorn do. So like, I think a lot of dudes on in the building was like kind of like hesitant to deal with him after that situation, just for a lot of reasons. You know what I mean? Probably like, man, I don't want to put you in a predicament like that. I felt bad when he got tore off. You know what I mean? Even though that wasn't nothing he got caught with, I felt bad that that was my stuff that he was going down with. Because when they caught him with that stuff that time, that was the weed that I gave him to sell. You know what I mean? So I felt bad about that because I ain't want to mess up his life, man. You know, he trying to make $1. You got to hustle in penitentiary, man. You know what I mean? So a lot of dudes didn't really want to rock with him. You know what I mean? So me being hard-headed, man, like, you know, he came to me. You know what I mean? This is around the time me and my homeboy, me and my roommate, we got the package. So he came to me and was like, look, man, goddamn, man, look, man, shit, man, let me get some of that weed, man. I'm like, yo, Popcorn, listen, man, like, what you trying to smoke? Like, I'll give you something to smoke. Like, you ain't selling nothing, Popcorn. You like, man, come on, man. Got to get my hustle on, this and that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, look, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, Popcorn, I felt like how everybody else felt. Even though I kept dealing with him, you know what I mean? After he came back to the pod, like, I still felt like I didn't want to put him in that predicament. Like, I ain't want to be the one that get him in trouble again. You know what I mean? Because it felt bad, like I said, when he went down. So he just going at me. Like, come on, man. I'm trying to goddamn put me back in the game, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do this. I'm like, Popcorn, look, man. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing to give you like that, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't doing it, Popcorn, man. I was like, man, you can get something to smoke. I had a feezy in my hand. I was like, I'll give you a feezy on the house. But I'm not giving you no more work to sell, man. Like, I can't do it, man. I ain't gonna be the cause if you can't make parole. And like, you know what I mean? That's how people was looking at it. You know what I mean? So he just was down on me. He kept asking. I'm like, man, every time I see him, and he, like, you know what I mean? He came when we came out for the last count. I mean, for the last rack, like, which is like 9:30, 10. He came to the sale. You know what I mean? Me and my roommate in that junk smoking, and he knocked on the door. He came in the junk. You know what I mean? So he'll do that a lot. He'll pop up. You know what I mean? So he intercept the party. He come in there. He smoke the weed with us. You know what I mean? And he just like, man, come on, man. Y'all got to give me something to do, man. Y'all got to give me something to do, man. He was like, man, look, you know the people ain't messing with me, this and that. You know what I mean? He was like, man, look, let me hold the work. Now, I let Popcorn hold work before. Popcorn ain't gonna beat you. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna beat you. He ain't gonna, like, try to go in the package. Like, he ain't gonna do none of that. Like, Popcorn was thorough. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. He a thorough old head from the R. You know what I mean? So, like, he ain't on that type of time. You know what I mean? But, you know, he kind of like, he keep just asking for a gig. You know what I mean? And when he brought up holding the pack, I told y'all, like, it'll be times in there, like, you'll have your phone, you'll have your pack, because you're not getting ran down on all the time in Lawrenceville. But Lawrenceville has developed that not only they got in-house snitches, they'll figure out, like, who are the dudes in the pod that's making noise, like, who's the dudes in the pod that's lit. Like, they'll figure that out somehow. Then that's when they'll blitz you. So, like, if you in the cell with your phone and the weed, like, damn, you got everything, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be on point. So, like, I started thinking, like, man, I'm so tired of spending the night with this work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a spot for the phone, you know what I mean? But I'm like, with this work, though, like, I'm just tired of sleeping with the work, because that weed, it stinks. You know what I mean? Like, when you bag it up, that makes it bigger. Like, you got, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to be smart about it. You know what I mean? You can't be slipping in there. So, like, I'm just so tired of just having everything in my cell. So me and my roommate, when Popcorn left, we was like, man, we gonna holler at you tomorrow. So when he left, we was like, yo, man, my homeboy was like, yo, he was like, man, for real, like, I'm gonna just hold my junk. But he was like, man, I'm about to send all my junk to the other side of the yard. So I wasn't even selling a lot of my stuff yet, because it was somebody already in there that had weed in my pod. So that's why my roommate was like, he gonna send his to the other side of the yard, because it was like, when we got it, it was like, it was jive flooded. You know what I mean? Like, and it'll only be like that for a week. And then once that go down, everybody's back up chasing again. You know what I mean? So we was just waiting for that. But my roommate say he's sitting this joint on the other side of the yard. So I'm like, man, like, I gotta keep holding this joint. I probably had like about over a quarter, but I already knew I was gonna chop that down to all like breakdown stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for the weed to be gone from the other dudes. So I'm like, man, I'm tired of holding this, man. I'm like, man, I'm about to just let Popcorn start staying the night with it all the way up until like after lunch. Then I just get it from him after lunch. Then after that, I'm good. You know what I mean? I can hold everything in. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I mean, like, we ain't got to be dirty in the cell, because he was like, my roommate was like, I'm about to send my junk to the other side. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's a bet. So I hollered at Popcorn the next morning. We came out for breakfast, man. I called him in the cell. I'm like, look, Popcorn, listen to me. I was like, you ain't got to do a whole lot with this, man. I said, I got it wrapped up. You know what I mean? I said, I changed it. I changed the plastic. Everything is fresh on the joint, because I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Pause. Like, I would cheat my weed. You know what I mean? Like, people that don't know what cheeking is cheeking. Like, use your imagination. Use your imaginations, man. I would cheat. That's different from putting it in a tutor. Putting it in a tutor is a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? But if you cheek it, it's a little bit more safer. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more safer. You know what I mean? So I would do that, like, if I see them running in, or like if it was no other option. Like, that's why I would do that. You know what I mean? So everybody did that. You know what I mean? Like, dudes that have like the D block, you know what I mean? The hard ball, like, that's something like ain't really big. So like, they'll have it. And then if they scared that they're gonna run down on them at night, dudes are cheek it at night. You know what I mean? Like, we locked up, y'all. Don't pause. Don't kill us. But this is what's going on in there. So that's what I used to do. But I'm just tired of holding everything. So I told Popcorn the game. You know what I mean? I'm like, man. So I took out what I was going to do. I took out what I was going to smoke. You know what I mean? I made sure I separated that. Took me a nice little chunk out. You know what I mean? I gave Popcorn what I was going to sell. So I'm not even smoking what I'm giving him. You know what I mean? He's going to get that. Everything I'm giving him, I'm selling every dime, because I know he's going to have to cheek it if push come to shove. So I ain't tripping, y'all. You know what I mean? It sound like savagery. It sound like we savages in there, definitely. but that's in prison. You know what I mean? Like I give it to y'all real. Y'all know the count. So Popcorn got it. You know what I mean? He got it. He got the pack. He holding it, doing a great job. You know what I mean? I can't even be mad at him. Every time after lunch, you know what I mean? He'll play it off because he always came to my cell anyway. He'll come back, give me the joint, told me he changed the plastic, everything straight, just in case I might gotta cheek it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, everything good. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, look, it was like Thursday. I was like, yo, Saturday, I'm gonna break that joint down, bro. I was like, man, I'm gonna break it down. I'm just gonna start selling it, man. Like, it's running out. Dudes running out who had the smoke, so we should be able to get rid of it then. You know what I mean? So he like, all right, that's a bet. So Friday come around. You know what I mean? Friday roll around. We in the cell chilling. Goddamn. We in that joint, man. And I didn't know what was going on. And as I remember this story, man, like, it was crazy because, like, you never know when they're going to blitz your pod. You never know it, man. Like, it can be in morning time. It can be late night. It can be you don't come out after the first count. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so many times, so many tactics that they have to run down on you in there. You know what I mean? So, like, you just got to stay on point, period. You know what I mean? So, I'm in the cell, man. You know what I mean? And for real, I went to breakfast. You know what I mean? I came back from breakfast. We was all out in the pod all the way up to count time. Then when they counted, we locked down again. Then we come back out for Mob 1 school and the first rec and all that stuff. So we in the cell, you know what I mean? We go back in there after they run us in for count. We in the cell chilling, you know what I mean? So as I'm chilling, something told me get up. So when I get up off the bed, I walk to the door and I look. I seen like I can look down at our slider from where my cell is at. I'm in the second to the last cell from about where the booth is at, slightly on the top tier. You know what I mean? I'm on the second to the last cell. So out my window, I can look down and I can see, you know what I mean, our slider window. And I know it was count time and they just counted and all that, but when I looked, I just seen like CO shirts like passing the window. Like I didn't know where they was going, an our pod or whatever, but I seen police. So when I see that, that's a major alert. I went to the door. I said, yo, police in the salad port. Police in the salad port. Everybody start getting up, going to the door. I look up, I see popcorn sales across from my ass. I look up, I see popcorn coming. He come to the door, popcorn head, big as a bitch. He come to the door. He look over at me. I'm like, niggas downstairs. Goddamn it, they downstairs. He like, you know what I mean? So we chill. You know what I mean? I stayed on the door the whole time. You know what I mean? I look at the clock. Oh, we ain't come out yet. What's going on? You know what I mean? What's this, man? You know what I mean? Dudes on the top tier from the other side, they can see a certain part of the 31 pod from the top tier. The dude on the cell that sleep across from me, all the way across this to the second to the last, he yelled out his door and say, they taking the dogs into 31 pod. So I'm like, what? The dogs? Now I'm straight with the phone. You know what I mean? But the weed, like I'm thinking like, you know, popcorn, you know, I cheat weed before when the dogs came. You know what I mean? Like you can beat them. It's ways you can beat them. The dog bootleg for real, man. Like that dog ain't sitting down if you got stuff, man, that I ever seen. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's a scary tactic that they come in with them dogs. So like you gotta be brave and you gotta be on point. So when they say that, I don't see popcorn come to the door. Like he just, you know what I mean? He chilling. He just, I guess he's straight. So that's how I took it. Like he's straight. They come in the joint, you know what I mean? They pull us all out. They pull the bottom tail out first. We see how they line them up. They pat them down, and then they run the dog. They run them from the front, pause, then they run them from the back. You know what I mean? So after they do that, they make you go in your cell after that. Boom. So they pull the top tier out, which is us. Now all us coming out. Now I'm having flashbacks of when popcorn got towed off with the feezies. You know what I mean? That last time. Now, this isn't the 10 feezies now. This is about over a quarter, if not a quarter, worth of marijuana. And I'm scared that popcorn might fumble now because I wasn't expecting the dog. I would have rather them ran down because more than likely they wasn't even going to run down on him. You know what I mean? But they doing the whole bottom, the whole top tier. So, like, I'm kind of annoyed on the low. I'm like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to lose that pack. Like, I was already counting on what I was going to do with it, how I was going to re-up again with it, what I was going to spend it. Like, I was counting that bread. You know what I mean? I was already counting all that. I'm just off commissary. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I'm like, it's crazy, man. So we come out. So I'm trying to look at popcorn. The last time they did this tactic and they tore popcorn off, popcorn was down that joint whistling, stumping his feet, looking obvious as a bitch. That nigga was looking obvious as hell, man. The people caught his dumb ass. So this time around, I see he handled it better. He came downstairs. He looked like somebody that been down over a dub. He had his head up high, and he got down, was on point, and he just let them do them. They ran the dogs from his front to the back. They came over where we was at, did the same thing. They told us go back in the damn cell. You know what I mean? So when we go back in the cell, I go to my door. I can look over at Popcorn cell. I see him. I'm like, yo, you good? What's up? He like, but I see he's still on the door. I'm looking, he looking down this way, he looking down that way, which he's supposed to. Stay on point, you dirty, you know what I mean? So he looking. He like, yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking everything's straight and shit. So, goddamn, after they finished that, the lady said, stand by for Empire Rex, stand by for Mob 1, stand by for Mob 2. The doors open. They open all the damn doors. We come out. Goddamn, I look up. I walk, like I didn't want to have people thinking, you know what I mean, that I'm going straight to Popcorn, because like you don't really want to alert people to kind of like what you be doing. Like you people are already nosy in there. Like y'all see all the stuff I be witnessing. Like people is nosy. So like you gotta, you know what I mean? I didn't want to like say nothing to him off rip. You know what I mean? I didn't want to say nothing to him off rip. So I just went down and stood like down in the pod. So I'm just standing down in the pod. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Minding my own business, just sitting there. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to my homeboys. So I'm like, man, they came through with the dogs in this joint, man. Like, yeah. They're like, yeah. So, you know what I mean? As we talking, I look up. Popcorn pull up. You know what I mean? He pull up. So I see him pull up. I'm like, what's up, Popcorn? I still, it's me, my roommate, and two other dudes. And I ain't really trying to alert the other two dudes of what's going on. My roommate know the count. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, Popcorn. I'm like, yeah, man, what's up, Popcorn? Fun ass. Goddamn, what's up with you, though? He was like, yeah, ain't got shit going on, shit chilling. I was like, what's up? Good hands at all state. He was like, oh, yeah. I had to cheat that motherfucker, though. I was like, damn right. You got to be on point, nigga. You can't lose that shit. Nuts. Goddamn it. I ain't mad at you. Goddamn it. I said, when they brought you down the steps, I was hoping you ain't come down that bitch whistling like last time. You better go ahead that shit. And nah, man. I just don't, you know, I never been a drug dealer, but you know, I got to make $1, man. But nah, it's everything secured. Everything good. You want it now? You want me to get it right for you now? I'm like, yo, they say the dogs is by the child hall. And so I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I was like, just wait till after lunch. Because this was the morning time, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, just wait till after lunch, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean, we'll try to figure out what to do. But he was like, all right, look, goddamn, like, I'm just trying to make sure ain't shit going on, you know what I mean? Because, you know, they'll come back with some sneaky shit, come through the other side of the door my cell is at, and then try to, like, sneak up on us and stuff. So I don't, you know what I mean? I just wanted to make sure you wanted me to still hold the junk while all this. I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah, man. I'm like, nah, hold that shit. I was like, nah, just hold that shit, man. Like, because I don't know what's going on, like, you know what I mean? And as we talking, he like, God damn, man, my goddamn celly. He keep looking back. He like, my damn celly, man. God damn. I'm like, what? He like, man, I gotta goddamn take a dump. This nigga goddamn bullshit, man. He goddamn say he was gonna be fast. Both of us had to use the bathroom at count time. He was like, man, I gotta goddamn, them French toasts messed my stomach up. I'm like, damn. I said, you need to use the bathroom then. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, right, I use the bathroom, man. My stomach messed up, wheezy, man. Stomach messed up, wheezy, man. This when we put the cut down. He was like, all right, I'm gonna holler at you, wheezy. I'm like, all right, look, I'm gonna catch you after lunch, man, because I'm gonna go outside. He was like, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna go to sleep. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So he dipped. You know what I mean? Man, he went in the junk. You know what I mean? He did whatever he had to do. I guess he used the bathroom. I go outside rec. I come back from outside rec. You know what I mean? I come back from outside rec. We come back from outside rec. Everybody's still running around. The pod still jive, kind of slightly lit, but everybody's still moving around. I look up. I see this nigga Popcorn standing on the tier by his door. He on the tier by his cell and stuff. But his face that just looked long, he was like, so I'll come out. Yo, what's up, Corn? What's Popcorn? What's good? Man, when I seen him do that, I already knew bad news was on the horizon. Because I know this man like a book. He did the whole walk. I wish I could show y'all the walk. But this is the Car Chronicles right now. I can't show you the walk. But if I could show y'all the walk that he do when he look guilty, or just when something's on his mind, or I just know something ain't right, I know it like a book. This man said, man. And he started coming around the tip. You know what I mean? Then he came down the steps. He like, let me holler at you, Weezy. I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, man, look, man, like, don't kill me, but I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this shit. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this shit, man. I'm like, pay for what? What are you talking about? My face got serious as a bitch. Pay for what? Popcorn? What the hell did you talk about? He was like, man, remember I told you I had to use the bathroom? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, shh. My dumb old ass, man. I went in the bathroom, man. I had to go bad, wheezy hot. My stomach was hurting. I went straight in there and I started lacing the toilet stool. Up. And when I started lacing the toilet stool up, my mind just went blank because all I was thinking about was just dumping. That's all I had to do was dump. Weezy, it was like diarrhea. It felt like I had diarrhea. You know them dumps when you're stoned. I said, man, look, what happened, man? He was like, man, shh, man. Man, as I sat down, I still wasn't thinking when he was about to tell me. But he told me what he told me. This man said, man, I was rushing. I sat down too fast, man. And when we use the bathroom locked up, you know what I mean? We lace the toilet. And then as soon as we sit on the toilet, we'll hit the button. So when you're using the bathroom doing number 2, the toilet is flushing and it's taking down the doo-doo. But it's taking down your stuff. You know what I mean? So like, if you keep it in the toilet like you at home, and I don't even do this to this day. I still flush the toilet to this day. Not like penitentiary going crazy, but when I use it, I'll flush. Now, if you let your stuff sit in there like how some people might do on the street out here, the room will be jumping. The whole pot will be jumping. So you got to put water on it. We call that putting water on it. So as soon as somebody sit down, they put water on it. Popcorn said he sat down. And when he sat down on the toilet bowl, man, because that's what he called it, a toilet bowl. He said when he sat down on the damn toilet bowl, man, he forgot that he had the weed in his cheeks. And he flushed the toilet. He said he didn't realize that the weed was gone out his cheeks until he started to wipe himself. And he said when he did that, that's when it hit him like, oh shit. And he said he jumped up. I'm just standing there like, I'm feeling like this is my fault, but I'm also feeling like this is his fault. Because when you sign up to do this, man, like you got to make sure you do your damn job right, or you have to straighten this money. Now, the dumb part on my end is that I know Popcorn really can't straighten no money. So like, I'm feeling stupid. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? So like, he like, man, so he like, man, come to the cell. I'm like, man, so I'm mad, right? I'm like, come to the cell for what? So I follow him to the cell. We go up the steps. I'm like, man, what's up though, man? Like, I'm on serious time. Like, yo, Popcorn, man, like, yo, man, you gotta find a way to straighten that, man. Like, real talk. Like, he like, man, so I go out there and say, he like, man, look, easy, man, I ain't mean to do it on purpose, man, but shit happens, man. Like, shit ain't nothing but some weed. When he said that, and I love Popcorn to death, my homeboy sleep next to him. My older head is another OG from Norfolk. He sleep right beside him. So he heard us kind of like, so he step out. He like, well, you know what I mean? Because he don't come out in the morning. He come out like right when count time about to come get some ice. And he step out and said, what the hell y'all talking about? I said, man, this man done flushed my weed down the toilet, man. He was like, Popcorn. I was like, man, I was like, yo, he was like, man, ain't nothing but some weed, man. Ain't nothing but some, he kept saying that dumb shit. And I don't know why I snapped the way I did. But as he kept like just saying nothing but some weed, like I was lining him up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I rock with Popcorn, I was lining him up, man. But it was like he was in between the door. So it was like, I couldn't really get my target like how I wanted it. But as he just said it one more time, it ain't nothing but some weed. I swung on his ass. And when I swung the jump like went straight to him. If it was gonna hit him, it was gonna hit him like right here. Cause he was like in the middle, he was like in the door. And he ain't too much taller than me, but I'm just like, I'm my homeboy right there. And I'm like, I swing on Popcorn ass. I swung that shit. Man, that nigga Popcorn a vet. That nigga, and my hand almost hit the damn door, but when he backed up, his head, like that made the door open, so my hand kind of went in his door. So I come about to jump, my homeboy grabbed me like, yo, man, Weezy, chill. I'm like, man, nah. Popcorn, you gotta straighten this shit. Lady coming in, locked down. Everybody locked down for count, locked down. I'm like, man, I'm stuck in a position now. Like, I'm like, man, this shit wild. I go to cell. You know what I mean? I go to cell, I tell my roommate, I'm like, yo, man, me and Popcorn gonna rumble at the count. He don't pay my goddamn money. He like, for what? I said, man, this man said he goddamn forgot he cheated the weed and did number 2 and flushed it. My roommate was like, man, you think Popcorn welling, man? I was like, man, I don't think he welling, man. That's why I want to fight him, because I don't know if he welling. I don't think he welling. But I was like, something ain't right. He was like, man, damn, bro. I was like, damn. I was like, man, for real, I don't even want to do this to Popcorn, man. So they come through and count. But the whole time I'm just thinking about how I'm going to beat Popcorn ass. Now, back in the day, Popcorn probably would have killed my ass. But this ain't back in the day, goddammit. This is 2010. I'm the young buck. All right, damn it. And I don't think he had wins. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Popcorn's soft, but I was mad as hell at my homeboy. I fuck with Corn. I said, man, they popped the doors for count. I go straight to that nigga cell. When I go to cell, my room, my homeboy, like, meeting me around, like, when I come to the corner, almost to his cell, he meet me right there, like, he like, yo, chill, little homie, goddamn, look, man, man. I'm like, yo, man, look, man, Popcorn come out his cell. He like, man, Weezy, I'm sorry, man. You want to fight me, Weezy? I'm sorry. I ain't mean to do that shit. Then that's what started making me think that Popcorn get me. You know what I mean? He might be thinking like, yeah, Weezy got me by selling that weed and I got caught. You know what I mean? I don't be knowing what people be thinking, man. All I know is, man, like, for real, I went from being on 10 that I brought myself back to reality, because like Popcorn, I had Jai, he did a lot for me, you know what I mean? I rock with him, and he from Richmond, you know what I mean? And I rock with him done hard, man. And I just started thinking about that, you know what I mean? I really started thinking about that, man, but I let it go. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I let it go, man, you know what I mean? But it was wild that he flushed my damn weed, man. Like, that shit was crazy, man. And for real, like, I used to always wonder through the years when I used to be around here, man, like, did Popcorn ever get my ass, man? Was that a false lie? I mean, that's possible. I heard that happening after that happened to him. My homeboy used to do that, like, man, I forgot, man, I used the bathroom. You know, I heard that after, but never before that happened with him. But I always used to wonder, man, did Popcorn really flush my goddamn weed, y'all?
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.